Hello, Dr. Trash here. Well, today we have a special for you. I'm going to show you how to clean a crawfish and also some of the history of the crawfish. Alright, so let's dig in the bag and find a good representative crawfish. There we go. Nice little crawfish right there. Now this deviously delectable crustacean, half of it is useless. Like this right here, you could open up the claws, but there's not really enough meat to worry about. So what you're going to do is basically just break it in half and throw this half away into your conveniently placed bucket, which is off screen. Next thing you're going to do is, the tail is segmented, so you're going to take your thumb and grab a couple of the segments in the front and just twist them and pull them off. Next part is to hopefully pull the meat out, which this one broke. So let me find another one to hopefully show y'all. So anyway, like I was saying, you just pull the meat out, and that one came out nice and pretty. Next thing you gotta do is grab this little flap on the top and pull that out, and there is a little vein in there. So what you're left with is this right here, and you just pop that in, and it's delicious. Now I've actually pretty much eaten my fill. My club had a crawfish ball, and they got too much, so I got to come home with about 20 pounds of them, which, you know, I'm a big guy. Some of y'all might joke and say, yeah, you probably could eat 20 pounds of them. I can't. So I'm just bagging them up, and I'm cleaning them and bagging them up, and I'll cook the tails into something later. So now it is time for the history of the crawfish. There are many conflicting theories about the origin of the crawfish. One theory is whenever the Acadian people were kicked out of Canada for being too good looking and too intelligent, God felt sorry for them and created both Louisiana, which I believe is probably my favorite place I've ever been to in the United States, and I've been as far west, no, as far east as Alabama, and north from there, and I've been all the way to the Dakotas, and as far west as New Mexico, I think it was. And I haven't found another place I'd like to live. I mean, they're nice to visit, but I wouldn't want to live there. But anyway, like I was saying, God felt sorry for them, and He gave them the crawfish. Another theory is that they are actually an invading alien species. I mean, look at these things. They're awful, but they're delicious. So one day a little Cajun saw the mothership landing. So these things come out, and a Cajun will eat anything if he can kill it. Some things he can't kill, he'll eat. So he enslaved the alien race, farmed them, and now they've completely forgotten their great origin and are just cattle, very small cattle, figuratively speaking, for us to eat. And we are doing a good job at it. Now, some of you might be familiar with Scientology. Well, what they believe is that a crawfish is actually a disembodied Thetan. So, yeah, that right there is what all their auditing and everything else is trying to remove from the bodies of, the hosts who are members of Scientology. Which, if you were smart, these things are delicious. You'd actually want to get more of them in you. So, all of the Thetans they can excommunicate or whatever from their little Scientology buddies, I'll gladly eat them. Thank you. Thank you, L. Ron Hubbard. You brilliant man. So anyway, another theory is that they are the descendants of a prehistoric race of aquatic creatures that have over time evolved a primitive lung and are able to both survive in water and on land. Now, obviously, that's crazy. But anyway, I see I'm up to 6 minutes, and I think a video showing how to clean crawfish, that 6 minutes is plenty. So y'all have a wonderful day. Yeah, I tell you what, the Canadians that kicked us out of Canada would have been better served to kick themselves out and come down here, because, I mean, they don't know what they're missing. This is great. I mean, there's no snow. You don't freeze to death. And if there's a hurricane, you know about it ahead of time and you can go away. You know, since the invention of the weather services and everything, I'm sure it was hell back in, the early days of the Cajun country. Another theory is that the crawfish is actually the fabled Babel fish. If you've ever read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, this is the Babel fish. It wasn't very accurately portrayed in the novels, though, because, I mean, let me see if I can find one that still has its claws. This thing hurts when it pinches. And could you imagine trying to stick that in your ear? It'd tear it apart. I mean, it's not quite as bad as a crab. I mean, a crab, those can tear apart tanks. But the fleshy bits on the side of your face would have no problem. Because what you might not realize is to catch one of these, you actually have to have specialized traps, because if you just use like a metal net, like a little cage or something, they just, rip that in half. So what you actually have to do is drug them. So anyway, once you get these things medicated to where they're sedated and they're not ready to rip you apart, then you have to keep them that way until you put them in the boiling pot. Boiling water with, the right amount of seasonings and salt, and maybe some potatoes and corn, is the only known way to actually kill a crawfish. Well, I wish I was an Oscar Mayer wiener. That is what I'd really like to be. Because if I was an Oscar Mayer wiener, Biker would not be peeling me.
You want a piece of me, Biker Trash? No, I want 2 pieces.